Hey kids, welcome to another exciting episode of Professor Favorite Explores Our World. Today, we will be talking about the connection between heat, thermal energy, and temperature. We're also going to briefly discuss a little bit about the people who created each unit of measurement for the temperatures we use in our world. So grab a snack, get cozy, because here we go. Okay, so first let's talk about the units of measuring temperature. Let's start here at home in America. We use the Fahrenheit scale. Here's a list of some places that use the Fahrenheit scale. The unit of measure was created by Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit in the early 1700s. Fahrenheit has a freezing temperature of 32 degrees and it boils at 212 degrees. The absolute zero temperature for Fahrenheit is negative 459.67 degrees. Remember from previous episodes that absolute zero has no movement in the particles. Most other countries use the Celsius scale. Anders Celsius created the centigrade scale in the mid-1700s, but in 1948, the name was changed to Celsius. More on that in another episode. The freezing point for Celsius is 0 degrees, and the boiling point is 100 degrees. That's pretty easy to remember. The absolute zero temperature for Celsius is negative 273.15 degrees. Here are some places that use both. Lastly, we have the Kelvin scale. If you want to be a scientist, you'll need to learn this one for sure, because it's what real scientists use every day all over our world. It's the international unit for measure of thermodynamic temperatures. Thermodynamics is the study of the relationship between heat, work, temperature, and energy. You'll learn more about that when you get older. So Kelvin was created in the mid-1800s by William Thomson, aka Lord Kelvin, named for the River Kelvin, located near where he worked at the University of Glasgow in Scotland. The freezing point for Kelvin is 273.15 degrees, and it boils at 373.15 degrees.
Ding.
Gold star if you notice that the Kelvin is like Celsius with 100 degree separation between the freezing and boiling points. Fahrenheit has 180 degree separation between the freezing and boiling points. Okay, so now that we've talked about the different temperature scales and their creators, let's talk about heat. Heat is energy that is transferred from one object to another as the result of different temperatures. The energy being transferred is called thermal energy. And remember, energy is measured in joules. Not that kind, this kind. Thermal energy is the energy contained within a system that is responsible for the temperature. Energy transfers in three different ways: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction transfers heat between two objects, and it needs some type of matter to work. We see this every day in our kitchens. Convection transfers heat through fluids and gases and is responsible for the wind and other certain weather conditions. And it also needs matter to work. Lastly, we have radiation. It transfers energy by electromagnetic waves, and it doesn't need matter to work. We see examples of this from the sun. Remember that solids, liquids, and gases all have particles that are moving at different speeds. Solid molecules just vibrate because they have a strong attraction or bond to one another. Liquid particles move faster than in solid, which means the attraction forces are a little less strong. And in gases, the particles don't have a strong bond at all, so they're free to move about as fast as they want. This movement that happens in the molecules is called kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy an object possesses because of its motion. Yeah, even super tiny things like particles have kinetic energy. Cool, huh? So, the important thing to remember today is you can't have heat without thermal energy, which makes the temperature.
Boom.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for more fun stuff about our world.